How's it? Today is Tuesday, May 12th. It is a back squat day and primarily only a back squat day. I Something came up and I took a phone call in the middle of the training session and I just didn't have enough time to do any of the upper body stuff, so I decided to completely omit the overhead press and then my dips and also my bicep curl. And I just it was like, okay, like that's not the main focus for Tuesdays anyway. It's just a nice little kind of cherry on top if I can get to all of it. The squats themselves were actually pretty good today. I was focusing on keeping my knees out. I also tried to kind of point my sternum up. Does that make sense? To keep my chest up and allow my upper back to essentially be more tight throughout the range of motion. And I was a little bit scared for that, but scared because of my ribs situation, but it ended up feeling okay. It's just like a nice stretching sensation, but no pain, no discomfort overall. Um, yeah, here's my first set of 10 at 90. Again, everything is moving pretty quickly. I'm pretty snappy. I'm pretty happy with how all of this feels right now. A lot of my training is gonna get harder soon. Yesterday was an indication that it's already pretty hard, and I feel like it might be a little bit early to be at that position already. But I think like some changes that I've decided to make, adding in some pulls later in the week. I'm probably gonna add some pulls on Friday. We'll see. I used to do those snatch deadlifts after the clean and jerk before, and I don't know why I don't do them anymore, but I'm gonna try to do them now. I guess the reason why I have been straying away from that is because the lower back issue that I was having for a while has been pretty like bad. For a while I wasn't able to squat properly, and then pulling off of the ground was a bit questionable for that lower back. So if I add in any extra pulling movements or posterior chain stuff from the lower back position, it's a little bit just scary. And I think right now, if I'm careful with it, I think I should be fine. I think overall, thinking about yesterday, the big issue that I have is that the weight feels heavy off of the ground, even though it's not that heavy. I think a lot of where I've been in the past for my strength is such that the weight off of the ground is actually not the issue. It's more or less the extension to overhead, and then my overhead has always been pretty strong, and I think right now my overhead is pretty strong, especially relative to the rest of how things have been feeling. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for that. After the squats, again, no overhead press today, no dips, no cable bicep curls, just split squats. Some of these opposite arm dumbbell deadlifts, I went up in weight, so we're at 70 pounds today rather than at 65 last week. And then I finished off with my banded dead bugs here. Um, I think like I think tomorrow I might try to add in a couple extra stuff. Maybe I might try to front squat tomorrow. Last week I tried to do the goblet squats in place of like a leg movement so that I could get a little bit extra volume. I think I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow, and we'll see how that feels and see that where that takes me. The reason I'm mentioning that right now is because I feel like today, the amount of effort that I was able to put out today was not good. It was pretty bad. And that was for a variety of reasons. But I had to take a phone call, and that was like much more important than anything in front of me. So I made the changes as necessary. But yeah, squats were good today. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.